What if I told you that your anxiety isn't a weakness? What if it's actually your superpower, a signal that you're waking up to the true nature of reality? I'm talking about that quiet, persistent feeling you've always had. That sense that you're somehow different, more sensitive than the people around you. You feel the energy in a room the moment you walk in. You know what people are going to say before they say it. You have this strange restlessness, a feeling that you're here for something more. This isn't your imagination, and you are not alone. That sensitivity is your consciousness beginning to perceive the quantum field, a vast, invisible ocean of energy and information that connects everything. Think of it like this. Most people are only aware of the waves on the surface. But you are like a buoy feeling the deep, powerful currents that stir long before the surface changes. Your sensitivity is the first crucial sign that you are a conscious creator in the making. In this video, we're going to embark on a journey together. I'm not just going to talk at you. We are going to explore these ideas and feelings that you've been having for so long. Here is my promise to you. First, you will finally understand the scientific and spiritual reason why you feel everything so deeply. Second, you will learn how to transform this sensitivity from a source of overwhelm into your most powerful tool for creating the reality you truly desire. And third, you will leave here with a clear framework to begin consciously working with these energies, instead of feeling like a victim of them. Have you ever felt like your past challenges were more than just random struggles? Like they were preparing you for something, even if you didn't know what it was? Before we dive deep into the quantum mechanics of it all, I want to start there. Because to understand where you're going, you first need to reframe where you've been. Let's explore why your entire life has been the perfect cosmic training ground designed to activate the power you feel stirring inside you right now. Every challenge, every pain, every moment you felt broken. None of it was random. It was a training program designed specifically for your soul. To understand this, let's look at one of nature's greatest miracles. The transformation of a caterpillar. We often think of it as a gentle transition, but the truth is completely different. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar doesn't just grow wings. It completely dissolves. Its cellular structure liquefies into a chaotic mess, a primordial soup. If you were to look inside the chrysalis, at this stage without understanding the process, you would think it was death, destruction. But it is from that chaos, from that complete disintegration, that a new structure, a creature capable of flight, can be formed. Your life has been operating on the same principle. Those moments you felt everything was falling apart, when you lost your old sense of self, when you felt lost in the chrysalis of chaos, that wasn't punishment. It was a restructuring at the deepest level. The universe was dissolving the beliefs, patterns, and limitations that kept you trapped in an old version of yourself. This isn't just a spiritual idea. It's grounded in neuroscience. The process is called neuroplasticity. When we experience intense pressure and challenges, our brain is forced to break old neural connections, our ingrained habits of thought and reaction. It then creates new, stronger, and more flexible pathways. Neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza has demonstrated in his research that when people face adversity and consciously choose a new emotional state, they can physically change their brain and body. Your past didn't define you. It refined you. It trained your nervous system to be able to handle a much higher level of energy and consciousness. Think about the relationship that ended in tears. Was it a failure? Or was it a profound lesson in self-worth, and what you truly need in a partner. Think about the job you lost, the one that drained your life force. Was its loss a tragedy, or was it a cosmic rescue, forcing you to find a path more aligned with your true self? Every difficulty was a stress test for your nervous system. Every pain was an opportunity to expand your heart. The universe doesn't test you to break you. It tests you so you can realize the strength you already possess. So, how do we truly integrate this lesson? Let's try a small exercise right now. I call it the golden thread technique. Close your eyes and think of the 3 biggest challenges you've ever faced. Instead of focusing on the pain, look for the golden thread that runs through them. The strength, the wisdom, or the compassion you gained only because you went through it. How did you become more resilient? How did you come to understand yourself more deeply? Acknowledge the hidden gift in each challenge. When you do that, you are no longer a victim of your past. You become a graduate of the universe's training, ground. This very training, this building of a nervous system that can handle pressure, is the prerequisite for the next step. It has prepared your biological hardware to be able to activate something much more powerful. Your personal energy field, or as the mystics call it, your light body. That tingling sensation on your skin when you're meditating. The sudden wave of energy that runs up your spine, or that feeling of warmth that spreads from your chest for no particular reason. That's not your imagination. That's not your nervous system malfunctioning. That is your light body activating. For decades, mystics have talked about the aura or the light body. Now science is catching up. Organizations like the HeartMath Institute have proven that the human heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field thousands of times stronger than the brain's that can be measured several feet away from the body. This energy field is your light body in scientific terms. It's a living field of information, constantly broadcasting and receiving energy from the quantum field around you. It is the bridge that connects your inner world of thoughts and feelings with the outer, physical world. Think of the quantum field as a universal Wi-Fi network, containing all information and all possibilities. Your light body is your personal Wi-Fi signal. The quality of your signal, determined by your thoughts and emotions, decides what reality you can download from that universal network. This isn't a far-fetched concept. You've been experiencing it your entire life without realizing it. Have you ever walked into a room right after an argument and felt the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife? You weren't sensing that with your normal senses. You were feeling it with your energy field, interacting with the residual energy left in the room. Conversely, think about the feeling of being near someone who radiates peace or joy. Their energy field, their light body, is resonating at a high frequency, and your nervous system picks up on it without a single word being spoken. Your tempered nervous system, which we talked about, is what allows you to start consciously feeling and working with this energy field instead of just being unconsciously affected by it. Your sensitivity is your ability to read the language of energy. So, how do we begin to consciously activate and strengthen this energy field? Let's start with a simple awareness exercise. I call it the energy field scan. Find a quiet place, sit down, and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Instead of focusing on your physical body, bring your attention to the space immediately surrounding your body, a few inches from your skin. Can you feel a sense of warmth, a tingling, or a gentle vibration? Don't try to create it. Just notice. That is you, beginning to consciously perceive your own energy field. Practicing this daily will increase your sensitivity and strengthen your field. When you realize you are an energy broadcasting station, the next logical question is, what signal am I sending out? Most of us are unconsciously broadcasting conflicting signals. We want abundance, but we feel lack. This is the source of the biggest misunderstanding in the entire field of self-development. The critical difference between trying to attract and truly aligning. What if I told you that the law of attraction, as most people teach it, is only half the truth, and that focusing on attraction is the very reason you're still stuck? This is the great misunderstanding that has prevented millions from creating the change they desire. It's the core difference between attraction and alignment. When you try to attract something, you are operating from a state of lack and separation. You are implicitly acknowledging that you don't have it. You are here, and the thing you want is over there, and you have to use energy, willpower, and effort to pull it towards you. Alignment, on the other hand, is the recognition that everything you desire already exists as a potential in the quantum field. Your job isn't to pull it to you, but to tune your own frequency so that you and that potential are vibrating in harmony. Think of it like a radio. Attraction is like shouting at the radio, demanding it play a different song. It's ineffective and exhausting. Alignment is like gently turning the dial to tune into the frequency of the station that's already playing the song you want to hear. The song was always there. You just had to become compatible with it. Let's take a real-world example. Someone wants a loving relationship. The person chasing attraction will repeat the affirmation, "I attract the perfect love," while deep down feeling lonely and unworthy. The actual signal their light body is broadcasting is the absence of love. And the quantum field simply responds by giving them more experiences of that absence. The person practicing alignment asks a different question. How would the version of me who was in a loving, fulfilling relationship feel? They would generate the feeling of wholeness, safety, and being loved within themselves first. They become the frequency of love, and therefore, a matching relationship resonates and shows up in their reality naturally without force. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this changing your state of being. He teaches that to create a new reality, you can't enter the future as your old self. You have to become that new person now by marrying a clear intention, a thought, with an elevated emotion, a feeling. So, what's the lesson here? Stop asking, how do I get what I want? Instead, start asking, who do I need to be to experience that naturally? Shift your focus from chasing the outer world to cultivating your inner world. When your inner world is in alignment, the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. Once you master this idea of becoming instead of attracting, we are ready for an even more powerful concept. It's the idea that the reality you desire isn't something you need to build from scratch. It already exists, as a parallel timeline waiting for you to step into it. What if I told you that the successful, happy, and abundant version of you isn't something you have to build? What if that version already exists and is living their life right at this very moment? This isn't science fiction. One of the leading interpretations of quantum physics, called the many worlds interpretation, suggests that every time a possibility exists, the universe branches. Countless versions of you are in existence, each living out a different outcome. Think of the quantum field as an infinite library. Each book is a timeline, a complete version of your life. You don't write a new book, you learn how to choose and read the book you want to experience. This changes everything. Your job isn't to create wealth from scratch. Your job is to shift to the timeline where you are already wealthy. You've experienced this before. Have you ever had a strong gut feeling about a path you should take, or a decision that felt strangely right? That is your future self on a higher timeline, sending a signal back to guide you. Timeline jumping isn't about disappearing from this reality. It's about consciously changing your energy frequency to begin resonating with a different reality, and then your physical world begins to change to reflect that resonance. So, how do we make that jump? This is the art of embodying the future, a technique taught in various ways by mystics like Neville Goddard and scientists like Dr. Joe Dispenza. Step 1. Get clear on the destination. First, be crystal clear about the timeline you want to jump to. Don't just say happy. Be specific. The timeline where I am a successful artist, living near the ocean, and feeling a deep sense of peace every morning. Step 2. Access the feeling. This is the key. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and ask a simple question. How does the version of me on that timeline feel? Do they feel confident, creative, free, peaceful? Summon that feeling into your body right now. Let it fill every cell. Step 3. Embody and act. This is the jump. Hold that feeling and make one small decision today from the perspective of that person. What would the successful artist version of you eat for lunch? How would they speak to others? Would they take a walk in the evening? Act as if you are already there. When you act from the emotional state of the new timeline, you are telling the quantum field, this is who I am now. This is my reality. You are casting a vote for that reality with your energy. When you start to act from this new timeline, something strange happens. Your old reality will begin to resist. You will enter a space in between, a place that can feel chaotic and disorienting. You followed the steps. You're holding the new feeling. And then, everything seems to get worse. Welcome to the void. This isn't failure. This is the sign that you are about to succeed. Imagine you are a trapeze artist. You have let go of one bar, your old reality, but you haven't yet grasped the next one, your new reality. The void is that moment you are flying through mid-air. It can be terrifying, it can be disorienting, but it is the only place where transformation can actually happen. On a quantum level, when you consistently change your frequency, you create a disturbance in the energy field. Your old reality, like a system with inertia, will try to pull you back. Every limiting belief, every fear, every relationship that is no longer a match, it will all rise to the surface for you to confront and release one last time. The universe is asking you a very clear question. Are you serious about this new version of yourself? These final tests might look like this. You are embodying abundance, and then your car suddenly breaks down requiring a major repair. You are embodying confidence, and then your boss criticizes you in front of everyone. You are cultivating peace, and an old friend shows up, dragging along endless drama. The biggest mistake people make here is to see these events as proof that the method isn't working, and they rush back to their old thoughts and feelings. They have let go of the new trapeze bar and fallen back into the safety net of the familiar. So, what do you do when you are in the void? Don't fight. Don't panic. Drop the anchor of neutrality. When a challenge appears, take a deep breath. Place a hand on your heart and say to yourself, how interesting. This is old energy rising up to be cleared. This is proof that the old reality is dissolving. Your job is not to fix the problem immediately in the old way. Your job is to observe it without judgment, and most importantly, to keep holding the frequency of the new you that you've chosen. Ask, how would my future self handle this? with panic, or with trust. Holding your anchor in this storm is the most critical skill of a conscious creator. It's the very thing that determines who makes the leap and who gets pulled back to the familiar shore. Theory is one thing, but seeing someone who has actually navigated the storm and reached a new land is another. Now let me tell you the story of Alex and how he turned his own void into the biggest breakthrough of his life. Theory can light the way, but it's the story that ignites the fire in our hearts. Let me tell you about Alex. Alex was 35, a successful architect. From the outside, he had it all: a high-paying job, a nice apartment, the respect of his colleagues. But on the inside, Alex felt empty. He was a burnt-out corporate drone, feeling like he was living someone else's life. His secret dream, the one he thought was crazy, was to be a sculptor. His unseen enemy was loud. It said, "You have a mortgage to pay. You're too old to start over. Artists are broke." And for years Alex believed those words. Then he decided to try something different. He began to practice embodying the future. Every morning, instead of worrying about meetings, Alex spent 15 minutes jumping into the artist's timeline. He didn't just visualize. He felt the coolness of the clay in his hands, smelled the distinct scent of dust in a workshop, and most importantly, he lived in the feeling of deep creative freedom in his chest. And then the void appeared. His company restructured, and his position was eliminated. Panic set in. The old voice screamed, "See? You're a fool! You've lost everything!" He was in midair, having let go of one trapeze bar with no other in sight, but this time, something was different. After the initial panic, Alex remembered the lesson and dropped his anchor of neutrality. He took a deep breath and told himself, "How interesting. Maybe this isn't the end. Maybe this is the beginning." Instead of immediately sending out hundreds of resumes to go back to the old world, he did something the architect Alex would never do. He took a small part of his severance pay and rented a spot in a small, shared artist's workspace for 1 month, just to see what would happen. It was an inspired action. In that workspace, he didn't just work. He talked, he shared, he listened. One day, an older ceramic artist who worked there saw his unfinished pieces. She was preparing for a local art show, and another artist had just pulled out at the last minute. She looked at Alex's work, then looked him in the eye and said, "I like the energy in your pieces. Would you like to fill the empty spot?" You see? Alex's quantum leap wasn't the moment he suddenly became famous. The real leap happened the moment he was laid off and chose trust over fear. The universe responded to his courage, not his plan. His success was the result of continuously choosing the energy of the new timeline, even as the old one was crumbling around him. Alex's story is a powerful testament. Now, you have the theory and an inspiring story. It's time to equip you with a precise, step-by-step toolkit, the very tools Alex used, so you can begin to write your own breakthrough story. Theory and stories have brought us here. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves. Here are 3 essential tools in the Quantum Creators Toolkit. Simple, powerful, and you can start today. Tool number 1. The Coherence Breath. This is the foundation for everything. You cannot create a new reality from a state of stress. The Coherence Breath is the reset button for your nervous system, taking you from chaos to creativity in just a few minutes. Do it with me. Place a hand on your heart. Now, slowly breathe in through your nose for a count of 5, feeling your chest and belly expand. Then, slowly breathe out through your mouth, also for a count of 5. As you breathe in the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude for anything, no matter how small. As you breathe out, Breathe out all resistance, all worry. Just 3 minutes of this changes your brain waves, balances your heart rhythm, and creates powerful heart-brain coherence. Start every creative practice with this tool. Tool number 2. The Reality Mirror Reframe. This is your secret weapon for dealing with the old reality during the day. Life will continue to test you. This technique turns those tests into opportunities to strengthen your power. It works like this. An unexpected bill arrives. That familiar feeling of anxiety rises. Step 1. Acknowledge. Don't ignore or panic. Look at the feeling and say, "Okay, I see you." Step 2. Ask. Ask the reality mirror. What belief or fear inside of me are you reflecting? Maybe it's the belief that there's never enough, or the fear that everything will fall apart. Step 3. Reframe. Say with conviction, "Thank you for showing me this. It shows me what old energy is ready to be released. Right now, I choose to align with the feeling of abundance and trust." In this way, you take your power back from the circumstance. Tool number 3. The Art of Surrender. This final tool is the most subtle, but also the most powerful. After you've done your part, holding your frequency, taking inspired action, you must learn to release the outcome to the universe. Think of yourself as an archer. Your job is to aim carefully at the target, your intention, and pull the bowstring back with all your might with your emotion. But after the arrow is released, your job is to lower the bow and trust that it will fly to its destination. Trying to run after the arrow will only ruin its trajectory. Attachment and worry about the when and how create a resistant energy signal that scrambles the original one you sent out. Surrender is the ultimate act of trust, and the universe always responds to trust. When you master these 3 tools, you don't just change your life, you become something more powerful. You become a coherence field, a beacon of energy that begins to positively affect everything and everyone around you. What if I told you that your pursuit of personal happiness and success is not a selfish act? What if it's actually the greatest act of service you can perform for the world? When you consistently practice these tools, your heart's electromagnetic field, your light body, becomes incredibly powerful and orderly. You are no longer a chaotic signal. You become a coherence field. You become a lighthouse broadcasting a clear frequency of peace, abundance, and trust. And this energy field has a ripple effect. Biologist Rupert Sheldrake proposed a fascinating theory called morphic fields. Basically, he suggests there's a kind of collective memory in nature. When one rat in a lab learns how to solve a maze, other rats of the same species in other parts of the world learn it slightly faster, even with no physical contact. Now, let's apply this to us. For thousands of years, humanity has been trapped in a morphic field of fear and lack. Every time you choose trust over fear, every time you choose the feeling of abundance over scarcity, you're not just changing your own life. You are creating a new pathway in the collective consciousness field. You are making it a little bit easier for someone else to make that same choice. Think about the first person in your family who broke a pattern of poverty or trauma. How hard did they have to fight? But because they did it, the path for the next generation became so much easier. You are that pioneer for a new generation of consciousness. Your success is not your own. It's a gift to your lineage, to your community, and to the world. This is why you becoming wealthy, healthy, and happy is not selfish. The world doesn't need you to play small to be humble. The world needs you to shine as brightly as you possibly can, so you can be a living testament to what is possible. A lighthouse for others. When your coherence field is strong enough, your very presence begins to have a healing effect. People feel more at peace around you. A conversation with you might plant a seed of hope in them without you even trying. You become a catalyst for change just by being you. So, the work you are doing in the quiet of your morning has a grander purpose than you might think. You're not just changing your life, you are participating in the conscious upgrade of the entire planet. You have the theory, the story, and the toolkit. You understand the greater purpose behind it. You're standing at a crossroads. One path leads back to the old life, where you are a passive observer, reacting to a seemingly random reality. The other path, the one less traveled, leads to your true role as a conscious creator. The journey you've just been on is not just about learning a new technique. It's about remembering who you truly are, not a victim of circumstance, but the architect of your reality. You are not a tiny drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a single drop. The greatest power in the universe isn't out there among the stars. It is inside you, in the beat of your heart, in the stillness between your thoughts, waiting to be recognized and commanded. Knowledge without action is just philosophy. Action creates worlds. Therefore, I invite you to a challenge, your first mission on this path, the 21-Day Quantum Leap Challenge. Commit to practicing the Quantum Creators Toolkit every day for 21 days. Science has shown this is the time it takes to begin creating a new neural habit, to begin reprogramming your subconscious crew, and to prove to the universe that you are serious. To officially begin this journey, to declare your intention to the universe and to yourself, do one thing right now. Go to the comments section and write these exact words: I am making the leap. This isn't just a comment. It's an energetic declaration. It's your signature on a new contract with reality. It's an affirmation that you are ready to claim your power. If you're ready to continue this journey with a community of pioneers, of fellow architects of reality, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because each video will build upon the last, going deeper into the laws of the universe, and you won't want to miss our next video. We will be exploring one of the most mysterious and powerful phenomena in quantum physics: quantum entanglement. I'll reveal how you can use this principle to create instant connections with a person, an opportunity, or a desired outcome, regardless of distance in space and time. Your journey begins now. Welcome to the life of your own design. Welcome home to the real you.